One day, a man walked into a small coffee shop in Seattle. It was nothing special, just some coffee beans, a few customers, and a quiet vibe. But that man saw something different. He didn't own the shop. He didn't even start it. But what he did next changed everything. This is the story of Howard Schultz, the man who took an ordinary coffee shop and turned it into a brand known all around the world. Welcome to another video of Echoverse. Howard Schultz was born on July 19, 1953, in Brooklyn, New York, in a rough neighborhood called Canarsie. He grew up in a small apartment in the Bayview housing projects with his parents and two siblings. His family didn't have much money. His father, Fred Schultz, worked low-paying jobs. He was a truck driver who delivered and picked up cloth diapers, and sometimes he took other small jobs just to keep the lights on. His mother was a homemaker. Howard saw his dad struggle with work, especially after he got injured and lost his job without any health benefits or support. That moment stuck with Howard for life. As a kid, Howard loved sports, especially football, and used it as an escape from the pressure at home. Even though money was tight, he believed he could do something bigger. He went to Canarsie High School in his neighborhood. Because he was good at sports, he got a sports scholarship to study at Northern Michigan University. This was a big moment. He was the first person in his family to go to college. At first, Howard thought he might do something in sports, but later he chose to study communications. He wanted to learn how to talk, share ideas, and connect with people. In 1975, he graduated with a degree in communications. Finishing college was a big achievement for Howard. It gave him the confidence and knowledge to follow his dreams. This education helped him later when he turned Starbucks into a world-famous brand. After finishing college, Howard Schultz started working to support himself. His first job was as a salesman for Xerox, a big company known for making printers and copiers. This job helped him learn about business and sales. Later, he worked at a company called Hammerplast, which sold kitchen tools and household products. Howard was good at his job, and he quickly became the director of sales. One ordinary day, while working as a sales director for a company that sold kitchen goods, Howard Schultz noticed something strange. A small coffee shop in Seattle kept ordering a surprisingly large number of coffee machines. Curious, he decided to find out why. That simple decision, to follow his curiosity, led him to a quiet corner of Seattle where the aroma of freshly roasted coffee filled the air. The place? A little-known cafe called Starbucks. Howard didn't know it then, but walking through the doors of that shop would change the course of his life forever. Something about it just felt right, and deep down he knew he had found something special. Howard felt drawn to it. He saw potential in what Starbucks could become. In 1982, he joined Starbucks as the director of retail operations and marketing. He was excited, but Starbucks at the time only sold whole coffee beans, not actual drinks. Howard thought there was more that could be done. Then came a trip that would change everything.
In 1983, while visiting Milan, Italy, Howard discovered something magical. Italian cafes weren't just about coffee, they were about people. Locals gathered every morning to share espresso and conversations. Coffee shops, there were social hubs, filled with warmth, life, and connection. Howard came back bursting with inspiration. He pitched his vision to the Starbucks owners. Let's make our stores places where people can sit, relax, talk, experience coffee. But they rejected the idea. They didn't want to turn Starbucks into a cafe. They wanted to stick to selling beans and equipment. Howard felt crushed, but he didn't give up. Deep down, he knew this vision was bigger than a no. After his idea was rejected, Howard Schultz made a bold decision. He left Starbucks and started his own coffee company in 1985. He named it Il Giornale, inspired by the Italian cafes he had fallen in love with. There, he brought his dream to life, serving fresh coffee in a warm, welcoming space where people could relax and connect. His new cafe quickly became a success.
Then, in 1987, a golden opportunity came. The original Starbucks owners decided to sell the company. Howard didn't hesitate. He gathered investors, raised around $8 million, and bought Starbucks. He combined it with Il Giornale and finally had the chance to build the coffee experience he had always imagined. From that moment on, Starbucks began its journey, from a small Seattle shop to a global brand loved around the world. Howard Schultz didn't just sell coffee, he sold an experience. He wanted Starbucks to feel like a third place between home and work, a cozy spot where people could relax, meet, and feel a sense of belonging. That vision shaped everything about how he marketed the brand. Instead of using big ads or flashy promotions, Howard focused on creating a premium in-store experience. Calm music, friendly baristas, the smell of fresh coffee, and comfortable seating. Every detail was part of the brand's silent message. This is your place. Howard aimed at young professionals, college students, and urban workers, people who were always on the move but looking for comfort and quality. He knew they didn't just want coffee, they wanted a break, a routine, a vibe. He also understood that people would pay more for quality, connection, and atmosphere. So Starbucks wasn't just about coffee, it became a lifestyle. Slowly, word spread, not through ads, but through experience. One cup at a time, Starbucks became the place people chose, not just to drink, but to be. Before the world knew Starbucks, there was fear. Before Starbucks became a global name, there was a time full of doubt. Howard Schultz had a big dream, but not everyone believed in it. Many investors said, "It won't work." Some told him, "Americans won't pay this much for coffee." Others warned, "It's too risky." Even inside the company, people were unsure. Could a small coffee shop really grow this big? Could it stand against fast food giants and cheap coffee chains? But Howard didn't back down. Instead of lowering quality, he focused on experience. Instead of rushing, he built loyalty one cup at a time. These early doubts became his fuel. And once Starbucks gained trust locally, Howard knew it was time to think bigger. The real turning point for Starbucks came in 1996, when Howard Schultz made a decision that would change everything. He took Starbucks beyond Seattle. Schultz opened the first Starbucks store outside the U, in Tokyo, Japan. This was more than just opening a store. It was a bold statement that Starbucks was more than an American brand. It was a global lifestyle, and people all around the world were ready for it. The success of that first international store gave Howard the confidence to expand quickly. By 1999, Starbucks was not just a local Seattle coffee shop anymore. It had grown into a global brand with over 2,000 locations worldwide. The combination of brand loyalty, consistency, and the Starbucks experience allowed the company to grow at an unprecedented rate. Starbucks became a symbol of not just coffee, but a new kind of global community. One where everyone, no matter where they were, could feel at home with their cup of coffee. In 2000, Starbucks was at the peak of its global expansion. Howard Schultz's vision had turned Starbucks into a coffee empire, with over 3,500 stores in more than 30 countries. It wasn't just about coffee anymore, it was a cultural revolution. Starbucks had become a symbol of premium coffee, community, and lifestyle, and its stores were everywhere. Starbucks became a global brand, and Howard Schultz's name became synonymous with entrepreneurship and visionary leadership. His impact wasn't just in the world of business, it was felt in culture, too. As of April 14, 2025, Starbucks Corporation has an estimated market capitalization of $128.57 billion. This valuation reflects the total market value of all outstanding shares of the company. Howard Schultz, the former CEO and current chairman emeritus of Starbucks, has an estimated net worth of $3.2 billion. This wealth primarily stems from his significant ownership stake in Starbucks, along with other investments and ventures. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you liked the video. Till next, take care. Goodbye.